In Vectorworks 2011, we've improved the Attributes Mapping tool to make it a more concise and efficient tool to work with. These new improvements should greatly increase your ability to map textures precisely and in less time. When using the Attributes Mapping tool, this blue pane appears to give you a clean indication of the object you are mapping and on what plane you're mapping it on. The 2D and 3D modes for this tool have been removed, along with the constrained and unconstrained modes. In 2011, you no longer have to switch to the 3D tool just to set the texture in an object's face, and the 3D options for matching a texture can be accessed by simply clicking the axis of the mapping tool. Additionally, the 8 selection handles used to rotate and scale the texture are shown at all times. Also, notice there is a new floating data bar option when scaling the texture, which allows you to input an exact value. Also, when working with cylinder mapping, you can now change the radius of cylinder mapping using the selection handles. If the mapping type is set to sphere when editing the map, we see the projection lines from the center of the object, when in 2D and 3D instead of only in 2D as in previous versions. Notice this object's mapping type is set to perimeter, which is not supported with the Attribute Mapping tool. Now, if I select it with the Attributes Mapping tool, I receive a prompt to change the mapping type to a type supported with the tool or to decline the change to the mapping. If I click No, I am not permitted to make any mapping changes with the tool. If I select an object with a supported mapping type, you can use the tool again. Each time you select the object with the perimeter mapping type, you will receive this prompt until it is changed to a supported mapping type. Even if you have separate mapping types set for the object you are mapping, you can easily identify which part is using a supported mapping and the ones that are not. Notice this object is using perimeter mapping for the top. If you select the object, you can set the part to be mapped from the Part drop-down menu. All of the parts, shown below the gray separation line, are using mapping types that are not supported by the Attributes Mapping tool. So, if you select one of these types, you will again be prompted to change the part's mapping type or to decline. These improvements we've made to the tool should help simplify workflow when modifying textures and make the tool simpler to use when setting textures exactly as you like on different objects.